the most handsome car guy over here.
For me as well, I didn't have an idea how to start, what videos to do, how to edit them, everything, you know?
Got in total maybe 10 plus million views. I think maybe more, 50 million plus views to build the base before the demand hits.
It took 4 minutes to film, 5 million views.
10, maybe $100,000 in a year. What was your expectations and what were the challenges to start it in the beginning?
I'm flying anyway to Dubai, I have another deal, let's film something.
And you nailed it, you know?
Yeah.
Welcome to our new podcast where I'm going to invite my clients and in the future maybe some entrepreneurs and just interesting characters to this studio in Dubai, and we're going to talk about life, business, and most importantly, social media. Today I have a special guest, my client who texted me a long time ago, and we had a crazy journey so far. Prince of Cologne, now in Dubai, the most handsome car guy over here, Vagif or Vaka.
Thank you, what an introduction.
Vaka, please introduce yourself to people because I know who you are. We know each other for quite long now, but for a lot of people, you're just a guy who is associated with cars. But who you are, why you came to Dubai, and what you do for a living.
Yeah, so I moved to Dubai this year in March. I'm 23 years old and I'm originally from Germany. I was born and raised in Germany. And I moved this year to Dubai to start my luxury rent-a-car company here. And yeah, then I texted Emir just before I was coming to start working with him. That's how we met, really.
So you do luxury car rent. I know you have a crazy good fleet, Ferraris, Lambos, Rolls Royces. I was lucky enough to ride on all of them with you when we filmed. The key question for you, I know that you reached out to me to do social media before you even came, before this business was even launched in Dubai. Why you decided to take this step, so early?
Yes, because I knew the competition is really hard out here, like in Dubai, like rent a car and real estate, I think really big things here in Dubai, and I needed to stand out in some kind of way. So I knew I had to start with social media, TikTok, Reels, all that, like build a personal brand about me and my company. And I was looking for the best guy to help me with that, and I came across you, and I'm happy I chose you.
Yeah, I feel very happy because at that moment, I was considering to start my own business, which I run now. At that moment, I was still employed, and I was looking to build my client base because, you couldn't move away from your stable income if you don't have diversified risk, diversified income. So I felt like when you came, I'm like, okay, that's nice. He's a young guy. He's passionate, and the niche is super interesting. It's, sport cars. It's so much space for creativity. When you came to Dubai, when we started together and you started your business simultaneously, what was your expectations and what were the challenges to start it in the beginning?
The challenges were obviously like being creative, but that was your part, which you took over completely and didn't leave me with anything to do really. You wrote the script, you told me how to speak and when, and hand gesture, everything. You taught me from like everything, I remember my first video, which we filmed, which went actually super viral as well. I didn't expect that. You probably didn't expect that also to go that viral, our first video. And I didn't have a clue about anything. You guided me, and I can see how it's getting better and better after time. I was nervous, obviously didn't know how to speak, but that just comes with the time, I guess, to get better at it.
I think now you got quite a long journey with your acting career, we can call it like this. Influencers are now actors, so they're as famous, they need to act as much and come up with as many videos. And when you left to Germany, I wasn't able to join you there, but you filmed videos by yourself, and I was really impressed with your level. So there's really a difference between Vaka. When you just started on the first video, it was very stiff like this. It was like, you're German, you speak very straightforward, the tone is straight, and now you are super relaxed. I don't even need to guide you. So we mainly do the brainstorming together, and the rest goes as a flow now. What I really liked when we just started, and that's a very cool story to the people who are watching this, is how we got a bottom G, not top G, bottom G, who is better than top G, in your first and second video. How it happened? Yeah,
so I was at that time already in Dubai, and I was, as usually, laying in bed, going through my TikToks at night, just having a look. And then I saw a bottom G video, and it was like he did a commercial for like a restaurant, and I saw it and I was like, it would be really funny to get him video, because I just saw the potential in him. Like all the videos go super viral because it was a big thing with like top G and bottom G, and I just knew it would go crazy viral. So I emailed him. I was like, bro, how are you? I want to film with you. He was like, yeah, it would be that, and you had to fly me out. And I didn't want to fly him out. It would be too much. So I left it. And then 2 weeks later, he texted me like, I'm flying anyway to Dubai. I have another deal. Let's film something. I was like, yeah. I asked Emir, of course, for approval. Like, do you think it's a good idea? Do you think we should do that? And you're like, yeah, why not? You wrote a script. I briefed Bottom G on it. He was like fine with it as well. And
I remember it was quite crazy because we just started our work together and we were in the moment like, you know, it's a new brand, new TikTok account. I remember we made your TikTok account on a parking lot in Al Barsha near the Lulu Market.
Yes.
And now it's 300,000 followers, but it was made on a parking lot like in the minute after the film. It was like, oh, let's make an account now, by the way. And I remember you texted me, you said, Brian is coming. Would you like to film? And I'm like, is it the guy who's... I'm like, I was a big fan of him, you know, and my brother is a big fan and my girlfriend knows him. He's like very fun guy, you know, and his dance, I couldn't recreate, but you know it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that's kind of a challenge because, you know, liking someone and doing business and figuring out to combine it with you and, you know, your client is kind of tough. But I'm like, we cannot miss it out. And we went to JBR. We found the nicest shot with the Dubai's, you know, eye in Dubai. And the challenge was that the securities told us that you couldn't park there for more than 5 minutes. And we didn't want, you know, to distract the audience and public. And it was also your first experience being filmed. And I told you have one, maximum 2 shots to get it done. Otherwise, we're getting kicked out from here. And, you know, and Bottom G also is a busy guy. He's flying on his private jet to do some other deals. And you nailed it, you know?
Yeah.
And he nailed it. And I remember we came home, we posted this video, and it was like first video, 500,000 views. And then it's like, now we cannot settle for less. What I really loved is that you understood that collaborations is a great way to grow on social media, and you started to reach out to other people, but also other people start to reach out to you.
Yeah.
And this is where the power of social media comes. There are 2 great guys here who do social media, Ayman and Jordan. They do different type of content. They're super viral, cool guys. And you told me, I just came to Dubai. I know these guys are famous here. I want to do some business with them. I told you, relax. Don't text them first. They will come to you eventually. What happened?
Yeah, I think we were sitting at dinner, having food, and I was like, we were brainstorming ideas, and I was like, let's film like what do you do for a living video. And you're like, yeah, maybe you can, like I said, maybe you can do it with Ayman. Should I text him and be like, hey, let's do what do you do for a living video? And you're like, no, let's wait. He'll text you, trust me. That night, like, it's crazy to think like that night he actually texted me on IG. He DM'd me and was like, what do you do for a living, bro?
After Bottom G video, by the way.
Yeah, after Bottom G. It went super viral. Everyone in Dubai saw it. I think everyone after me, because I was the first one to film. More vlogs filmed with him, Ayman filmed with him, and many other influencers filmed with him after, because my video went super viral. It's like at 5 million, 6 million views right now. So after that, everyone filmed with him. I got a lot from it. Brian, I think, got a lot from it. And yeah, and after that, we actually met. I actually met up with Ayman as well. We haven't filmed actually, but we're good friends right now. You know, we text back and forth. We meet sometimes, but we have not filmed anything for now.
Yeah, I see your G-Wagon in his videos time to time, and I'm like, that's the one. Yeah. I know who G-Wagon this is.
Sometimes he asks me for a car, and I'm happy always to give him one.
But it's good. I love the community here. It's super healthy, super supportive, because Dubai, as big it is quite a small city. And if you have a good reputation here, you're a good guy, you can do a lot of business no matter what you do. If you're in real estate, other people in real estate are gonna know you. If you do social media, other people from social media are gonna do, you know, work with you. Will be more than happy. When we just started to do social media, was your main goal to build it as a brand? Because maybe, you know, some people might think Vaka is a young guy. Maybe he just wants to boost his ego to get people recognize him. Or was your main goal to generate business out of it? And did it generate business? This is the key question. Did social media generate business for you?
Yeah, so first reason was really to generate business. Like, it's the main goal. Everything that comes along with it is a cool, like, extra add-on. But first of all, I wanted to generate business, get exposure for my business, and get new clients. And that definitely helped, 100%. I cannot tell you how it was before. As we said, I started with it. You know, I knew I needed it, so I cannot tell you how it would be or how it was before, because I started with social media. But I remember when one video went super viral. I don't remember which one it was. I was counting the how many requests we got that day. It was 63 requests. I remember it, the number. And I texted you that day and was like, I got 63 requests today. It's crazy. Obviously, not all of them booked, but a lot of them have booked, you know, pre-booked. It was not season at that start. Now it's season, and we definitely see that more people are booking now, and a lot of clients are coming. Yeah.
I think a great advice to all the businesses based on your experience and example will be that you shouldn't chase the momentum when it's already there. For example, a lot of people started to buy Bitcoin when it was on an all-time high, and then they got, hurt. And a lot of people also jump into social media when it becomes like on a peak, on a hype, for example, when it's a season in Dubai. But what you did smartly, and what I always suggest to do businesses, is to build the base before the demand hits. So we started to film, I think it was end of April, beginning of May. So basically the season was off by that time. And now we started only end of September, where the season just picks up. But we started with zero. Now you had 300,000 followers. People in Dubai know you. People outside of Dubai know you. And I think even when you was in Europe, maybe a couple of other people also recognized you. And now you're associated with the cars. What will be your advice as an entrepreneur who decided to invest in social media to other people who considering to do so?
Yeah, I would say go for it. Don't wait. Definitely get someone along your side who will help you, like Emir. Because I know for me as well, I didn't have an idea how to start, what videos to do, how to edit them, everything, I'm a young guy and I could manage probably some way. I could watch some videos, but it wouldn't be that professional. I know for like some older people, they would have no idea. They don't even watch TikTok. So get someone who can help you and start watching TikToks maybe yourself, I mean, the jet guy went super viral. Everyone probably saw him, who's selling.
It's good that you pointed about him, because I wanted to talk about him last time. This guy sells private jets. We're talking about $10 million plus. We think luxury car rent is expensive. This is 10x of it.
Yeah.
And many people till today in 2023 telling me, you cannot do business on TikTok. We primarily want to focus on Instagram, maybe YouTube. But when I tell them, look, TikTok generates business and sales, they go super like, no, arrogant. We don't want to touch it. This guy sells jets for 10 plus million. And one of his videos, he said, TikTok is the second best thing that happened to me in terms of marketing, because I didn't know how many opportunities are there. Imagine after all the money and time he invested, if he sells at least one jet, and I believe he sold already multiple because he keeps doing it on a bigger scale, you cover up all the expenses you made, 10, 100, maybe 1,000x. How much money you can spend on social media? 10, maybe $100,000 in a year. But if you make sales for a couple of millions, it's already, 100x. And same goes, I think, for real estate and any other niche. If you consider the amount of money and time you input and the amount of outcome, of course, possible outcome, not guaranteed, you get, I think risk-reward ratio is pretty good. I think
100%. It's getting exposure and people recognize your face. For me, it's like a personal brand. And people recognize me, they build trust in me, because renting a car is something like people need to trust you because they leave a deposit, they maybe pay me upfront,
And they risk driving expensive car as well,
Of course, maybe I might tell them at the end they scratch something, now you pay $10,000, Obviously, we don't do that, but it's something...
People are afraid of it.
Yeah, people are afraid of it. It's a big thing here in Dubai, getting scammed for the deposits. And I try to build a trust and a mutual, friendship, basically, with my followers and everyone who watches me, that they trust in me and rent cars from me, Why should they rent from someone they have never seen or heard before than from me? If I have the same cars, why would they not go for me,
I think that's the key, because your business is quite new, quite young, and you never hide it, which is very good. But when I meet with a lot of businesses, they say, oh, look, this guy is like rubbish, or not you, but their competitors in their niche. They say, oh, these guys are rookies, they're beginners. They just talk to the camera. They think they know something. They don't know anything. But in reality, those people who complain actually just pissed off, because those rookies and beginners apparently generate business out of it, out of doing social media. And if I'm a guy who never saw none of you, neither you or your competitor, and I'm about to come to Dubai, let's say to buy a property or to rent a car, I don't care and I don't know who of you has more experience. All I care is who brings me more trust and who is more transparent. And in today's world, the more transparent is the one who posts more, who talks more, who gives value. For example, the great example will be the video that we filmed together. You came up with the idea of 3 tips how to not get scammed when you rent a car. This video was so good that people started to steal it and copy it word to word, which for me was initially like kinda, I got angry. Like, why would people do that? There's no point in stealing, at least twist it. But now I understand that maybe it's the biggest compliment.
100%.
Because if you do it so good that people want to steal it, A, B, there's nothing to add on. So it's just easier to copy paste and take a risk. So I believe it's a good competitive advantage for any business to get exposure. But even now, when I meet with a lot of entrepreneurs and just regular people who want to start working with me, or just in general want to start in social media, they have this skepticism about social media in terms of how much time it consumes. All of them are telling me, look, if I hire you, can you get this headache away from me and take it fully? Or sometimes they tell, I would love to start, but I believe that I wouldn't get much time. How much time does social media really consume? Is it like you sacrifice your work for it, or no?
No, definitely not. Like some videos obviously take some longer time, and some videos take less time. We sometimes spend like an hour, maybe 1.5 hours on one video, and the result is not always measured by how long we spent on it. I remember our probably most viral video is the one with Iri, where we filmed that and you came up with it in like on the spot, 2 minutes. It took 4 minutes to film, 5 million views on Instagram, 5 million on TikTok, on YouTube, like also a few million. So like across all platforms, more than 10 million views, exposure for well, it's basically for free if you look at it.
How much for a few minutes spent?
Yeah, for how much money would you need to spend on Facebook ads to get 10 million views, exposure, much more than on a video. So it really depends on what kind of videos, but you can easily film like 10, 15 videos in a matter of 2-3 hours, I'd say. If you get it properly prepared, which you come prepared to the to our meeting, and you brief us, you brief me, and that's done, And I think for like real estate or your yacht client, I think it's really easy to create videos on that. And
some of the clients who just came up to me, the new clients, they ask me when they say how many videos would you recommend to film, I always tell it's good to start with maybe 10 to 15 a month. Some of them say, oh, it's not too many. I see some people post daily, so it's 30 videos a month, but some of them get, circle eyes. They are shocked. They're like, how am I going to film 15 videos? I have my work, personal life. But people don't know one secret that we did together. You told me at the end of June that you are flying back to Germany and we need to film content because we couldn't stop. We need to keep going.
Yeah.
And on that day, on a single day, we filmed like 16 to 20 videos, and we didn't even spend the whole day. We spent like 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah.
In total, those videos from that day that we filmed in First Motors together with Mahmoud and you, and that's it. There was no Iri. Got in total maybe 10 plus million views. I think maybe more, 50 million plus views.
No, like across all platforms, 100% 50 plus million.
And that's what you get by spending 5, not hours, but quality hours doing social media.
Yeah.
Is there a guarantee you're going to get 50 million views if you're going to spend 5 hours or even 50 hours? No. But is it worth to try to spend this time? I think definitely yes.
Yeah.
For you, what was your realistic goal when you just started social media? Because some people, too delusional. Some people are too low-key, they're too humble or shy. What was your expectation?
My expectation, I don't know. We were talking. I think we met the first time we met in a restaurant. I don't remember what we said. I think like 30K, 40K in like 3 months or end of the year. I was not
100K by the end of the year, something like this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even near end. Not even near end of the year. We're 300 and
we didn't film for 2 months out of 4 that we worked together.
Yeah.
I think with the social media, when you start, of course, now it's easy to say, and people who are watching this probably gonna say it's easy to talk to them. One is a social media guy, another is a social media star. Now, of course, they can say it's easy, guys, come on and start. But you also started from zero, and I feel like you also was afraid. I remember we actually talked about it. You told me that what your friends might think, maybe you should post on a separate account, maybe you shouldn't use your personal.
Yeah.
I believe all the friends who would have maybe laughed in the beginning now are your fans and asking for autograph,
No,
But anyway, I believe it's always good to get out of your comfort zone if you keep in mind what you're getting out of it. For example, it's also not easy to go to gym to keep a discipline. It's also not easy to maintain a healthy diet if you want to be in a good shape. But it's worth to take this discipline and take this risk and do it day to day, and maybe one day you see, oh, right, I got a long journey. For you, I think it's also wasn't the easiest process because when we film like luxury car rental, it's a car rental, not car salon. So cars time to time getting rented out.
Yeah.
How did you sort it to have a material to be filmed all the time?
Sorry, like how did
you sort this problem to have, cars to be filmed? How you was managing your work and to do social media when these are the same cars who are getting rented out and getting filmed.
Yeah, that was quite difficult to manage. Like you obviously having time, me having time, and the cars being available on that day. Like I'm always happy if my cars are not available, or of course if we don't get to film them. But there's a lot of other stuff we can film about cars, which don't include obviously my cars. You know, if we go to First Motors, one of the biggest showrooms in the world, probably the best showroom in the world, and shout out to Mahmoud and always filming with us, and thank you to Ali who was the CEO there, letting us film there. Obviously, it's all about cars. My business is about cars. You know, I don't go to Zara and representing the news collection there and how they have nice T-shirts. It's still about cars. You know, I rent out cars. This is not the cars I rent out, but still same people are interested in the same things. So I think going to these kind of places, exhibitions, there's a lot you can do. So you don't need to always be at your place. A lot of other stuff, not trying to sell always, you know. I don't try to sell the Bugatti I show in the video. I'm not going to rent it out, but it's for interesting people to see, and I get sales out of it.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I also think what makes it super cool, and I think it's one of the best things about Dubai when it comes to social media, Dubai is full of nice places to film, B, it's full of opportunities to do social media content that looks nice, clean, and C, there are a lot of people who are willing to do that in the city. For example, I'm not sure if we will find place like First Motors that we found in any other city. I'm not sure we'll find as cool, you know, beaches and islands and beachfront areas where you can film with the palms and people and tourists walking. So Dubai is, if you're an artist, which I believe social media is also sort of art, depends on what you do, is like to have a huge inspiration all over you 24/7. And it's just about you and your discipline. If you take this opportunity and you make some magic out of it, or you just keep complaining and, you know, filming on a, you know, yellow wall in the background, saying that it's too hot to film outside, I couldn't find location, I couldn't film here, I couldn't find videographer. Dubai, for me, is the best city to do social media content. That's why I believe when the season starts, every single influencer from UK, from America, either would love to come to Dubai or actually coming here and do content.
Yeah, it's full of influencers, always.
Yachts, cars, palms, where else?
Yeah,
you know?
it's perfect.
And if someone gonna say Miami, first get the visa to Miami, second fly there for 16 or 18 hours, you know, and third, find someone to collab as easily as you can find collaboration in Dubai. It's not as easy, you know?
And it's not as safe as
it's not as safe.
Like it is in Dubai.
Yeah, your camera can be stolen and your ideas too. To just wrap it up, so we started at point A. You just was willing to do social media for your business. Now I think it's beneficial for you, for your brand, for your business. We started at 0. Now you're at 300,000 followers on TikTok, 30,000 on Instagram. Maybe a year later, we're going to look at this interview and going to be 300,000 and 3 million. Who knows? Hopefully. And what's going to be your advice to the entrepreneurs, just to general audience watching this, and who about to start social media? What will be your advice?
Just follow my videos. They are the best.
And they're going to get 24 hours free Lambo.
No, just try it and get out of your comfort zone. I was not comfortable speaking in front of the camera. I was not shy, but it was very uncomfortable. I didn't know, like, looking to a camera and speaking, it's unusual. Try it at home, looking at the camera and speak to it, especially if you have someone behind it as well. You're like worried a bit and then worried what people think, and like now I literally don't care. I can post anything and I really don't care anymore what people think, because I know the work I put out, it's good. I like it, people like it, so there's nothing like I can post anything now. So just start, really. Get someone by your side like Emir.
Guys, to be transparent, I didn't tell Vaka to promote it.
No.
And I am sure, even if there's going to be inquiries, I wouldn't be able to take all of them.
No.
There are other great guys in the market.
100%,
there are a lot of social media agencies. He's just giving me as example.
Like Emir, I said
yeah, but he said it like 10 times, but it wasn't like first. I didn't put a gun point to him to say that. So yeah, find someone
who's a professional, basically.
Who's a professional.
Yeah.
So you don't waste money, you know?
Yeah.
Because social media can be as much as your tool, but can be a weapon that will shoot against you, you know, if you cross the lines or do something wrong there.
And if you start yourself and start doing wrong, you will lose motivation 100%. You will see the result, 100 views, next video 10 views, next video 150 views. You will lose motivation and be like, this is trash, it's not working. I can see it, you know. But if you get someone by your side who actually knows what he's doing, you will see the views. It's like an addiction basically. You get the views, and I see myself, I want to post every day, I want to have millions of views every day.
And you don't want to settle for less.
No,
you know?
no, I'm not happy if a video gets 20k views or anything. Like, if a video hits million views, I'm happy. Like, obviously, if it hits 500k, I'm also happy. But like a lot of videos, like I think we have an average of 700k per video, which is really, really good. Really good.
Yeah, it's good. I also believe it's good, to be honest. Not every client and every business gets this.
No.
I, of course, understand there are a lot of criteria. You know, it's factor of you being young, factor of the niche you do. But again, it's very good because we see if it was that easy, there are how many? Maybe 200 car rentals in Dubai. Then all of them would have been famous.
Yeah.
And I believe it's only you and another brand.
Yeah.
And maybe that's it. Yeah. So there are two of you who are really the best. One last question. Haters. A lot of people afraid to start because of haters. You know, these keyboard warriors saying, "You shit, you're bad. You know, you do this wrong. You funny. You cringe." What will you say to your haters first, and then to people who are afraid of haters?
Just ignore it, really. Like, I'm happy, like, I don't have too many haters, I would say. I just have people understanding some of my stupid videos we do together with Emir, like where we do like not logical stuff. They're commenting and not understanding. I think it's funny. I think it's really funny when people don't get the joke. I just laugh at them, and people are commenting underneath their comments how stupid they are not getting the joke. I don't know, just
ignore them.
Yeah, if you're making sales out of it, if you're selling, I mean, you're making a video but you're selling a penthouse for a few millions, like, who cares that someone is laughing at you, really? Like, do your maybe cringy videos sometimes, you know?
I believe that haters in reality are the biggest fans. Why? Because if you're gonna take a look, if someone likes your video, they're gonna comment like laughing emoji, or they're gonna say, "Oh, nice video, funny, haha." But the haters gonna write the whole essay of like 5 paragraphs. They're gonna DM you, they're gonna share it with their friends saying, "Look at this stupid guy, just take a look at him." So they do, you know, super good work. They actually help you.
They boost the algorithm.
Boost the algorithm.
They
give retention, they do shares, they do reposts, they do engagement. They save this video to laugh at it and, you know, point fingers at you. So haters, we love you. You're doing a very good job. You really help my business, the business of my clients. So keep going, keep pushing.
Thank you, guys.
Don't settle for less. Go for this hate. And I think that's it for our session today. I believe we're going to meet again after some time, and we're going to have a lot of other stories to share on this podcast. I'm really happy that you came. Thanks for your time. Thanks for coming. And I believe it's just the start of our journey. Season just started. A lot of things to come.
Thank you for the invite.